Yeah? No, we good? Good? You still gonna count? You're gonna. I thought you just did the count. We're going right now. We're already going. What's up, guys? Welcome to the #1 drunken podcast in Ford County right now. Which, if most of you guys know where that's from, we're in Ford County. We're gonna branch out. We're gonna be Illinois, and then it's gonna be Central.
We're gonna be global. Don't worry.
And then
Give us
global.
2 months, and we'll be fine.
We'll be in
2
Saudi
months,
Arabia.
We're gonna have a big following.
We're gonna be in Saudi doing an episode.
Everywhere: Dubai, Tokyo, London, Spain.
Cooper's been to Saudi.
That's
awful.
kind of insane to me. Really?
It was awful.
Actually, you know what? My sister, so obviously, just kind of it's the Middle East. She went to Israel, and it's just because like obviously over there like things are just like tense all the time. But
Yeah.
how was Saudi horrible? Because
So they don't really wash themselves well. So it's like,
That's a culture shock. From the story he's told me and a couple of the other guys we used to work with, they would literally bathe themselves in sinks, like public
Oh.
sinks.
so
just-
our bathroom that we had for our company, because I was there with monster trucks, some guy walked into the bathroom and there's a guy in there washing his nuts in the sink, and it's our bathroom. And it was hilarious because it happened to him twice.
that's actually the coolest guy I've ever heard of.
Oh, yeah.
How big of balls do you have to do to be like?
He's a baller. He must,
You wash your nuts in somebody else's sink. But actually that's funny because you know what? Showering every day is strictly like an American thing, North American thing.
Yeah.
First-
My
world
cousins,
problems.
my cousins that I have, yeah, in like Europe, they shower probably like every 3 days. They wear outfits twice in a row each day, and that's just funny because I was wearing this outfit yesterday. But still, I'm like talking shit about it, but I do it.
it's been a long weekend. You never know what you're gonna wake up. to.
It's crazy.
Sunday scaries, baby.
Sunday scares.
Sunday
It's
scares,
gonna
which-
kill me one of these days. I swear. No,
Which-
elephant hangovers.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, no, Sunday Scaries will be a topic we'll get into later. But for now, we're going to introduce everybody here. So, obviously, myself, Cooper Knuckles, born in Paxton, which I guess anyone who's listening maybe not know where that's from. Then we got Artie here.
Artie Balaji, born in GC, Gibson City.
Some of you guys might hear me say Matthew because that's his middle name.
Middle name.
That's his American name.
I gotta blend in, you know.
So yeah, but I'm Tristan Smith, born and raised here in Gibson City. They call me the GC Beast. I like to drink bush lattes usually, but we're gonna have fun. I'm really excited for this podcast. I think we can expand how we want to go with it.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody and their mother, I think, has a podcast. That was just the
Right,
norm,
yeah,
norm,
everybody-
norm. But my biggest thing is that I swear to God, in 2016, before it was big, I wanted to do it.
Oh,
That
for
sounds
sure.
so arrogant. Yeah, you're hearing it here first, guys. I created podcasts. I'm not saying that, but no, I've always wanted to do one because just
Oh, I hear you.
I have a voice, and God damn it, I want to talk all day nonstop.
I wish that, so when I was younger, I wish I had the money to get this equipment because, so say sports or
Right.
baseball, I didn't play as much just because didn't have a last name.
Right.
But I wish I had the camera equipment and the audio stuff because I would have mic'd myself up and just made all the best like videos that I could have made. Like I'm on the bench and
Yeah,
like
I would have liked to see that. That would have been.
it would have been perfect. But obviously took a little bit to make some money, and now we're here.
Which you have insane equipment. I thought we were just gonna have a flip.
Like
camera.
one microphone in the middle.
I literally thought we were gonna do
No,
that.
no,
we're
we're-
all like mic'd up. This is so official, and I've had people like would talk shit and be like, "Dude, it's not gonna be good." I'm like, "You guys, you and your fucking Android phone, go videotape yourself like slamming your head in the wall. We got this."
Yeah, and this is kind of nice. It's like a traveling kit you can bring with you anywhere. So like,
100%.
I don't know. We don't know where the podcasts are going to be filmed at. So it's
No.
kind of an on-the-go thing. But
On the go, but I kind of like that. It's just kind of keep people on suspense. you know?
Exactly.
we're at the 217 though.
Yeah, as you guys can see,
As you can see, the lovely sign in front of it. The
217
owner,
bartender, the guy who's just miserable here all the time.
You hear that
Hey,
first. You
it's
hear
no
that here
mystery.
first.
It's me. I was gonna say I'm always here.
You wanna take a shot?
That's the only thing I want to do.
Hey, this is called the Drunken Podcast for what?
For a reason.
For a
Shout out to
reason.
Austin behind the camera too. He's doing a shot with us.
We even have a camera guy. We're official.
What is the shot exactly?
All right,
So
this
for the
is-
audio listeners,
This
and
this is actually Bird Dog whiskey. It's getting
Oh.
really popular. But and you know what? I didn't get Howlerhead, but I really wanted to.
Howler Head, shout out. Please sponsor us.
Please,
That's the new whiskey to go to. If you like banana, you would love Howler Head whiskey.
I'll replace my water intake of the day with just Howlerhead if you give me a sponsorship. I'll go to the hospital for you guys.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, let's do the shot because I'm dying right now.
Awesome,
I haven't
cheers.
drank in like 6 hours.
Oh, we already
All
took
right.
the shot.
Cheers, to
Cheers,
drunk.
cheers, drunk.
Episode 1.
I'm gonna be embarrassing and actually even get a glass of wine.
Yeah, talk about your wine.
Wine. So I guess one segment we kind of wanted to do, kind of test out, is that we kind of have a drink of the day or a drink of the podcast. I wanted to start off with something crazy, but we can't get too drunk here. You know, we don't condone like over drinking, over serving. We don't do any of that stuff. So I chose a nice wine, Lillet. It's a French aperitif. The only reason why I like it is because it sounds cool. I do everything for looks. Honestly, I don't care if it tastes like shit. If it looks cool, I'm great with it.
Tell me about this wine because I'm not a big wine guy, and I can see, obviously, that's red. And this is
I'll
white
take the
wine.
red wine.
Red wine, you got?
Yeah, that's like more healthy, right?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's always what I was told. And the
I'll
other
do red
thing-
as well. I'll
Red
try.
as well?
I'll try the same one.
So
Yeah.
this is the drink of the day. What was the name again?
Lillet.
Lillet.
It's
Lillet.
French. And actually, the crazy thing, I mean, I always call people on it because everybody wants to act like they're a wine snob
Right.
or whatever they are. Nobody actually has a clue what they're talking about when it comes to alcohol. Nobody. Because if anything, I would argue most alcohol is the same, unless you're using like different, like there's wheat vodka, potato vodka, but we're not going to sit here and talk about it all day. Yeah, not good. But the
It's
bottle looks
interesting.
too cool not to drink it.
So, what would you tell like a first time wine drinker? Because like I really don't drink wine enough to
Yeah.
understand what do I expect. I always see in movies people stir it around. You got to sniff it. And you're
Sniff
supposed to rinse in your mouth.
Do all that dumb shit. Literally, what you're supposed to do with wine is drink it. But no,
Yeah.
No, I get that
What?
too. No, I guess when it comes to wine, there are so many choices, but like this is technically I actually use it as a vermouth. Vermouth you mix with like a lot of
Okay.
martinis and shit like that. But I just think it's so sweet that I like it. Vermouths tend to be a little bit more drier, so they kind of pair well with a martini or a vodka and stuff like that.
This is true.
Yeah, I just kind of like this because it's a French aperitif, and this company has existed for like 100 years, or I think around that time. Other companies like Barefoot, 19 Crimes, wine comes and go. This one you can actually be sure that it's a good one. Even
You
though-
don't. You
I'm
don't.
not
Like
gonna lie, it's garbage.
you get a. I mean, for me, I get a very bland taste,
That's
and then it
kinda what I
sits
get.
on the tongue, and then it explodes. It's kind
yeah,
of weird.
and then
Like,
it kind of
It
hits.
takes a minute
Yeah.
to kick in.
I guess
type
I
of
don't
deal.
I don't want to say like you actually rinsing around your mouth like makes
Like-
more flavor. I don't.
Yeah,
But like when you first drink it, I could chug this, no flavor. 5 seconds later, boom.
and then it kind of hits you too.
Yeah.
Which
I don't mind it.
It's all right.
I know you
A
said
little colder.
barefoot. Barefoot's like the kind of wine that
That's what I drink.
a lot of the
That's what
girls
people
go
drink,
to.
yeah, I was gonna say, they
and
go
a lot of
straight to
guys go
that.
to because it's cheap. It's the fucking one you see on the shelf. You're gonna want to grab that first. Who doesn't like a $5-10 bottle of wine?
And that's a
It's
good point
good.
because for me it's either like, and this is gonna sound crazy, and I always tell this because I really don't think people have a clue of what they're drinking or kind of like what they like.
Right.
Like I always tell people, and if anything, I have the bottle over there, but I'm not gonna bring it out. Like if you try Don Julio 1942, it's insane. Like it doesn't burn. And you know how people always say it's so
So
smooth?
smooth.
No, it's actually scary. When you're drinking, you think it's watered
Right.
down. But then I see people, they'll spend $50 on like a bottle of like Grey Goose. But Grey Goose is just, they literally made it taller just so they could sell it.
That's all branding. That's
all branding.
literally what it is.
But
They're gonna flash the eye, make it look nice, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, props to them for tricking a lot of people.
oh yeah,
There's
I'm
a
the
lot of
biggest
drinks
sucker
I've
for marketing.
tried for just the marketing brand,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's always halfway garbage. Yeah, Prime.
We even have Prime. I saw him bring that in. I'm like, no, actually bring that in. And I don't even like Logan Paul. Oh, he's
No?
gonna come after me now.
It's all right. I enjoy it a lot. It's actually so this is like for hydration and all that. I prefer this. Have you ever done the deal? So you get hungover as shit, and you go to Body Armor, right?
Pedialyte. Pedialyte's my go-to.
For like to recover.
Right. Yeah. Pedialyte the next morning. That's my go-to, man.
So I used to go to Body Armor,
right.
and then when I was here, I think it was last Saturday, got pretty turnt, and I went home and I chugged a bottle of this, and by the next morning I woke up fine.
Yeah. Well, people don't get it. Like, hangovers are literally just dehydration, unless you get to like critical levels of like alcohol poisoning. But that's just another animal that nobody's getting there. At least I hope. No, hangovers are literally all hydration. What I tell people actually is just what you got to do is like they always have it ready for the morning. No, he did it right. Drink it the night before,
Yes.
or wake up in the middle of the night right when it's about to hit. the
Chug
hangover.
that water.
Chug it, yeah. Which, go on.
No.
This is a great segue to the Sunday Scaries, which is gonna make me quit drinking one of the days. Mark my words.
It did actually for me to go pretty hard.
I can't do it anymore.
I used to go pretty hard. It was so it wasn't Saudi, it was South America. If you actually, before we get into this, do you want to explain Scary Sundays? Or-
Yeah, okay, I'll kind of explain because it's kind of a new term, but
Yeah, we kind of
me and
coined it.
Tristan
Yeah,
have
yeah.
heard it, But I swear to God, once again, okay, guys, we're trendsetters.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
I
everything.
mean, seriously.
I'll tell you this one thing. In 2 years, foot fetishes are going to be huge. And you heard it here from Artie first. I'm not kidding, okay? Because remember, eating ass 10 years ago, I'm looking at the camera, I'm being weird. Eating ass was disgusting 10 years ago. People love it now.
It was
That
2019.
is a fact.
Yeah. Feet are going to be... Kevin Gates in the song Mean Too. And how long have I told you I love feet?
Since sophomore year of
You-
high
you're a
school.
feet guy?
Sophomore year of high school.
Biggest.
You're a feet fetish guy?
And no
Did
shame.
you not see the picture he sent in the group text earlier?
I did.
Oh, damn.
Bro.
Pixar didn't happen, I guess. But no,
I mean, we got 'em.
Like I'll just send people pictures of feet all day. It's kind of weird, but no, talking about setting trends. I swear to God, Tristan one day, and I'll even say it. We may have coined it, or we may use it. Tristan created it. I swear to God, he woke up one day, and I'm like, Tristan, I can't do it. I was about ready to cry because the night before, I can't even get into it. The night before, how embarrassing was that night?
It was pretty. We had a lot to drink that night. It
Would you
was
suck on his toes?
No, not his. Somebody else's actually. But
Oh my.
the worst part is that like, I did it. It was at a bar. I did it in front of everybody.
Oh,
I didn't give
no.
a shit. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Thank God. It's almost like nobody had their phone on them.
Yeah.
How am I not canceled?
It's crazy because you get to that point, you don't know what's happening until the next day.
Oh.
So it's a blackout. When you Sunday scaries, you're blacking out. You might think you know what you're doing, but the next day you remember. You start snapping, be like, "Oh, I was
And-
here at
and
this
it
time. I
starts
was
coming
here at
back
this
to you.
time. I
Well-
did what?" You start seeing videos. You start seeing
Yeah.
pictures, and you're like, you're scared. You literally like,
I'm glad I wasn't
who
at
was
that
here?
point ever.
Who did I say something to?
So,
what the hell?
How
going
about
on?
this? You know how they say, I hope it never happens to my worst enemy? Cooper's so lucky. The worst part about it is that, like, you know what? Give me the worst hangover ever. Give me the headache. Give me the throwing up, then the empty stomach but full stomach feeling. Chug water, but water tastes gross feeling. The anxiety you get from Sunday scaries it's an impending sense of doom. There's no other way I can. It's on par with a pregnancy scare, and that's the worst thing.
I'm
You know
glad
what?
I haven't been there yet.
You know what? Actually, I hope I have 10 more pregnancy scares because then maybe I'll stop fucking
10
drinking.
more?
Have you ever,
20.
have
How
you
many
ever
have-
had to buy Plan B?
Dude.
You don't
yeah.
have to say who, when, and where.
Oh, yeah, of
No,
course.
have you?
Have I bought Plan B? Yes.
How did you like willingly give her this? Or
Oh,
did you,
no, of
did
course.
you
No,
put
no,
it
no,
in a
I haven't-
smoothie?
Okay, no. No,
Make her drink it the next
Nothing like
morning.
that, of course. We were both like,
It's kind of funny.
yeah, we were both dating, and I was just like, okay, and I've actually done it with like a
Right.
few girls. I'm not like Mr. Ladies Man here, but we were both on the same page about it. We were young. We're just like,
100%, yeah.
we're just like, you know what? Especially it's kind of early on in the relationship.
Yeah.
We got to do it. But Plan B, I never realized it. Do you know why they call it Plan B?
I mean, 'cause Plan A is the condom.
or Plan A is just like your
Pull
smart.
out.
Save yourself from marriage.
If
You know-
she wraps the legs, you just elbow.
Do you know
Right.
what? Do you know what Tristan told me? In
What?
fucking, I think high school, and this is how
No, this
stupid
might
I
have
am.
been middle school.
Middle school probably, and my ass believed it. I swear
This
to
was
God.
really bad. This was really no. It might have been freshman year or something like that. Right when everyone's starting to get like sexually active around that age. Or
That's where it's
just
like-
horny young teenager.
You can start like it starts making sense.
Yes.
Tristan told me, and I swear to God, it's just so funny. I was like, and I was a fucking virgin in high school. Like I hadn't even kissed a girl. Like I had my first kiss when I was like 18 and a half.
Yeah.
Been there.
Yeah, I like asked him. I'm like, Tristan. I'm like, because he's always been my boy. And like
Yeah.
I could go to Tristan for anything. That's why I love him. You know, I could do that with Cooper, but like Tristan, especially in high school, he was that guy that like you ask for advice for and shit like that.
I was just like one of the. I don't want to say this.
you're
You're
a
sexually
wise.
Sexually active.
I just started doing things earlier than some other people did.
Yeah.
He wanted to get his noodle wet faster.
Get his number.
I was just a horny little guy. What are you
probably-
gonna say?
You were pissing white in like fucking second grade then.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Pissing white, I heard
The
that.
stream was thick.
But I asked Tristan, and like I really felt comfortable going up to Tristan and be like, hey, like, let me know about it. I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, because like, we're young and kids
Right.
don't wear condoms, but I'm like, you could still get a girl pregnant. It's not gonna not happen.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
Teen Mom exists for a reason. And he's like, he just like slaps you in the back. He's like, nah, man, don't worry about it. They put birth control in the water. He was
Water fountains.
Yeah, the water fountain.
No.
He was
just
joking.
I was
probably.
joking. Yeah, like I literally was because when you hear that, you're just like, dude,
Oh,
you should know.
You should know. Use a condom. Don't or just don't have sex.
Yes, no,
if you're not
100%. Use
Yeah.
the condom.
Yeah, exactly. But I took that as, oh, they put birth
I'm
control.
good.
I'm like,
No
that
need
makes
to worry.
sense.
No need to worry.
They put toothpaste. No, they put fluoride in toothpaste. So they put hormones in water.
Yep. Two
I'm
and
like-
two go together.
And I'm not even like, I'm not even like the biggest like political guy, but like I'm like, oh, less government. But you know what? Good on the government.
It's a school sanctioned thing. We live in
So-
Illinois.
So yeah, that's what I'm a very gullible guy, or maybe I'm just like I can't imagine a world where people lie. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah. So I start going shooting everything, everywhere. I didn't give a shit about it, and then like I was with
This dude would literally go to the bathroom in high school and wank it off.
I did not. I did
No,
not.
I'm just kidding.
Well, actually, fuck. Well, I don't do it. I don't do it anymore. No, but a very good point about that. And then I remember I was with a girl, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not on birth control." I'm like, "Well, yeah, don't worry. I'll make you drink water, right?"
So, the first time that you went to have sex, did you bring a condom?
Actually, you want? No. And it's crazy because I'm crazier about it now than I
Right.
was before.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
That's
Same. I
crazy.
always
I did.
Now,
And the scary thing was, I was 15 the first time I had sex.
Damn.
Young age. I rode my bike to the girl's house.
that's so embarrassing.
Yeah. I didn't go buy condoms. Found one in the house.
Already used.
Had to have been my dad's.
Already
Oh, I know it was my dad's. I shouldn't say it had to have been my dad's. It was my dad's.
Shout out T-Dog's dad.
He had a box of Trojans. I was like, okay,
Bet.
I'm gonna do this. I need to be protected.
I give it props though. At least you want to be. You
Yeah,
know what you're doing.
I was. I literally.
It's like-
remember I don't know how sexually. I don't want to know. I don't want to know how sexually active my dad was. But like he had a box of condoms, so obviously stuff was going on. So I was so scared he was gonna count the number of condoms that were. So I literally.
Wait a minute.
I literally the next week I bought condoms and replaced the condom because I was so scared he was gonna count them.
What if to this day he's like, I'm still missing that fucking condom? What if he collects condoms? He's just like, dude, that was a
I
limited
hope
edition.
not. Let's.
That was a
I
limited
hope
edition
not.
Marvel MCU condom that I was saving. I was gonna sell on eBay.
It had the Incredible Hulk on it.
Fucking-
Oh, fuck.
It was green.
Do you want to know something embarrassing that I do that I don't give a shit? I'll go to Casey's and buy Magnum condoms, even though I'm not a Magnum condom size.
Who the fuck is actually a Magnum condom size?
Okay,
You know, it's just thicker than regular condoms.
is it so it's thick
The
with
latex
water?
is just thicker. Yes.
Well, we were just talking about Ron Jeremy.
Yeah. Yes.
Talk about Magnum.
Talk
Fuck.
about a man.
Jeez. Which he's a piece of shit now, so fuck him.
Yeah. Fuck Jared. Blah, blah,
You
blah.
need
Hear-
to answer
Fuck
that?
Ron
No,
Jeremy.
I hear the phone ringing. I'm official, but we don't answer it now because we're closed on Sundays. Might open up soon. I don't know.
We can pause for a second.
Oh, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
I'll
I know.
say
Just
let it ring.
it's
Yeah. You know how people say, I don't judge. I judge. In my head.
Everyone judges.
Everybody
Everyone
judges, right?
You're literally your best friend, like me and you.
Yeah.
You could say something so outlandish, and for someone to say, "Oh, I don't judge you," that's the most horseshit thing I've ever heard.
Well,
in
it's
my
almost
life.
like, where's the genuinity?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather tell somebody, be like,
I'd rather you be.
about, wait, what? Oh, the feet thing, yeah. Which I was actually, that's so funny. I was going to bring it up. Like, yeah, but you know what? I respect genuinity so much. I respect, because you know what? Then, like I said, how I was saying I'm so gullible. I just like to imagine a world where people are pretty straightforward. But
Yes.
also, that doesn't mean I don't talk shit either. Everybody always goes, I don't talk shit. Yeah, you do. Everybody does.
Everybody talks shit.
Say it to my face. Nobody's going to say it to your face. You're going to walk out of the room, everybody's going to say it. Two things I do judge on to people's faces. Gatorade flavors and McDonald's orders. If you don't like the white cherry one, don't talk to me.
So that's interesting. Like little sidetrack topic. Whenever you're talking about Gatorade flavors, do you actually say the flavor or do you say the color? That's like a really big thing.
no,
that
okay. Blue is blue, red is fruit punch, white is
blue is
cherry.
blue.
Garbage.
What do you mean blue is blue?
Drink
blue
white
then?
Gatorade and you smell like nickels.
Which,
No, I said that's what I thought about that.
which blue? There's different colors. You have light blue. You have dark blue.
If it's not dark blue, don't
light
talk
blue.
to me.
It's got to be light blue.
Glacier freeze.
Yes.
No,
Glacier.
dark blue.
Why?
I'll walk out. Like, no, that I just said I judge on two things. You got to get it right. Key lime, or the lime, get it out of here. Orange, only if you're in a sport, because I remember drinking that.
Orange is like the
Yeah.
lemon, lime, and orange are like the sports go-tos
Yes.
that everyone has.
If you're
Yep.
if you're aching, you need an orange or a lime. Powerade is way better than Gatorade though. Depends on which flavor. That green apple.
You know what? I honestly, we should do a taste test sometime because I probably can't tell you the difference.
You know, but that's actually a good point. Like,
No,
for example,
seriously.
Fruit Loops, they're not the individual flavors.
Yeah.
They're just colored different.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's also kind of like
It's
we
all
talked
in your-
about
It's like
marketing, it's all in
Skittles.
your head.
All the flavors are plain, but you think it's raspberry.
That's not fucking true.
That's
It
not
is.
true at
That's
all.
not fucking true
Look at-
whatsoever.
look at the
Cooper,
fuck
I've
up.
never heard anything more wrong in my life.
We're getting some star guests coming in right now.
Oh.
This is so embarrassing, but I almost love it. I love
Yes,
it.
let's bring him on. Let's bring him.
Who is
That's
he?
his dad.
Oh, it's his dad?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, bring him on. Artie's dad just showed up at the bar.
This is special guest.
Come on.
2 special guests.
I love this.
Come on.
I told them not to come, and they came. I love this.
We'll bring him
Come
on.
in. You guys want to come in? No,
Smoking in the bar. God, he's fist fighting his parents right now.
See, this is what I love about Artie. Artie can go back and forth between 3 or 4 different languages, fluent.
Oh, we're bringing his dad on.
All right,
Everybody,
we're bringing in
meet
the
the
man,
guy
the
that
myth, the
made
legend.
me. I used to be an itch in this guy's pants. Introduce yourself.
Hello, this is Emir Balaji.
I love it. I love it.
Other than that, Ardi, it's my son.
Say motherfucker.
And no, not that. Not crazy pescador. And we work together
Yeah.
here. We are a
This is the
partners.
star of the show. This is the man who made this,
This
become
guy?
who he is today.
You know how people say I'd kill for that guy? I'd murder for this guy. 2 different things. Anyway.
Tell us something. How are you doing today? How was your weekend?
Oh, not bad. Pretty good. It's
You know
going
what?
all right.
I've been dying to tell us about your upcoming Vegas trip.
Next week on Sunday, we're going to Las Vegas. We're gonna rock and roll over there, gambling, mafia style.
Mafia style, like it. What's
Getting
your
drunk?
so? What's your like plan? Like, do you plan anything out when you go to Vegas, or do you just do
No.
it all off script?
No,
Off script,
off
dude.
script. Just
It's actually so
whenever
insane.
we have time,
They
whenever
literally
we
do
have
it
time, we just
in
go.
such the cool, because like I said, even when we're playing this podcast, we
Right.
said we're not gonna do things kind of like we're not gonna be like planned out. 'Cause
Right.
things come so naturally to him. It's insane to me, and I love it because it's so cool.
Yeah,
I'm like, there's
I
nothing more cool than not trying hard, baby.
want to be able to be able to go to Vegas and do whatever I want. That's the goal one day.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
it's-
American
it's
dream,
already
baby.
say it's all the time we go like couple days,
Yeah.
and whenever we have everybody, cooks and waitress,
Right.
we're doing pretty good here, and we just get the ticket going. And
You're a high roller. You're a high roller.
You're
Shit
gonna
and
put
spin, baby.
1,000 on black.
I play blackjack, but not.
Dude,
Blackjack's your
So,
go-to.
he's a slot whore, dude. He just
And yeah, and
press
I
buttons.
Love slot machines. So
You like slots. You like slots.
no, because my wife is around here.
Ah.
But whenever I can, if you don't have big mouth, I never mind.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
We gotta get the old guy out of here, all right?
Yeah.
Nice seeing you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining.
First guest. That was our
First
first
surprise
guest.
guest. I love it.
Okay. Actually, you know what I love? Because that's the fucking chaotic environment I want for this podcast. How crazy. We had a woman coming in here asking for fried chicken.
She wanted
My
fried
parents,
chicken. She straight up asked for a bucket of fried chicken coming in here.
I literally,
This ain't KFC.
I'm 23 and my mom came to check on me. I love that. Any ladies worried about it? Don't worry. Okay, my
Wait,
mom's got me.
what do they say about KFC? How many spices is it?
23.
Herbs and spices.
Oh, that's Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that's 11 herbs and spices.
Well, the kettle has 12 herbs and spices.
That's, we know it. We do it. Yeah, but anyway, going on. I gotta pause for a second. She's doing. No, te vem. Okay, no, mami. But Shkwani, the diacha. Okay, that's fine, Shkwani. Don't worry, you're fine.
I feel like, do I gotta bleep this?
No. Listen, we're gonna cut it out, right? Oh, Amir, we'll just say that. That'll be a blooper reel. Whoever did one, all right? Just because, yeah, you can tell he got a little awkward.
No.
Yeah, we'll figure it. We'll
Oh,
figure
we
it
can
out
cut
later.
Out, right?
Yeah, you cut everything out.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
The
I
power
was
of
gonna say that.
editing, my guy.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We'll get the intro when I'm saying like I
You'll
told
be
him
able
not
to,
to
yeah,
come.
you'll be able
Well,
to watch
yeah.
everything before we post it.
Okay,
See
great,
what you want
great,
in and out.
great.
Yeah. All right. Anyway,
Going
Where are we
on.
at?
I guess scary
we're,
Sundays.
we're at Scary Sundays. We went way off topic for a minute.
Yeah,
But
I guess tying
so
it back to scary Sundays.
with Scary Sundays,
Time.
blacking out, not knowing what you did the next day.
Blacking out is the topic I want to start talking about.
It is the scariest thing ever.
You know what? Actually, though, crazy thing is, and I even talk about like how I can't drink like I used to, even though I still do. I just can't handle it and recover from it better. I've actually only blacked out once in my life.
Oh,
I'm a very lucky guy to say
I've
that.
done it 4 times at least.
Tristan.
I don't know how many times I've blacked out.
All
I think
right.
it's easier for me to black out. It's hard to say. I know when I'm getting to that point, but then you don't.
You're browning out. You're shutting down, but you're aware
Correct.
of what's happening at the moment.
I know for a fact when I'm about to black out because I usually break the seal early in the night.
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom. There's always a mirror. I'll take a piss, wash my hands, and I'm like, you're not fucking drunk.
Yo.
You're not fucking
That
drunk.
reminds
But
me.
you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're just going through the cycle. But then you're like, oh, I'm not moving as fast as I should be. And you're like in a slow
fluid,
motion
yeah.
phase. And you're like, okay, I need to stop. But then you go back out to the bar and everyone's hyping you up because you're the life of the party. If you're about to black out, you're the life of the party at that time.
Do you know what actually fucks me up the most? It's the loud music that gets me kind of like.
Yeah.
What is that called? Where it's like not whiplash. I know we said.
No,
that
you're
right?
having like, you're not.
Shoot. I mean, you're just.
It just
browning out.
the music kind of fucks it because it's so loud. It's vibrating.
It's
or
the
something
environment
like that.
of the scenario. So
Yeah.
it's like you can either be. It's all different of where you're at. So it's like at a bar blacking out, it could be a different altitude of energy compared to at a party at somebody's
Right.
house, which I think at a party is dangerous. More dangerous.
No, that's especially if you're like in a environment where you've never been.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where it gets
That's
scary.
even more scary, just because you don't. Have you? How many? You said you blacked out 4 times.
4 that I can remember.
Have you ever woke up somewhere where you don't remember, like where you're at?
No, actually, I was lucky.
I've never done that.
I was
Yeah, see,
lucky.
I can't lie.
See that's I've done that before, and you're just like you wake up, and you're like, okay, where's my phone? What the hell? You don't know, and you're like, where the hell am I? And you got to just find your surroundings, get your bearings straight, and like, you're like, okay, what the hell just happened? And you're snapping into everything, trying to remember, but you can't remember anything. Like to a certain point, you're just like, it's all gone.
What happened?
Shut off.
All right, so going from there, we're gonna go through their own story that you can somewhat remember. At least you were told what happened.
Told what happened.
So like going from browning out to then gone to, I guess, your story of your blackout, really.
Okay. I'll go first.
Okay, if you want to go first,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
his is good. Best for first.
best for
So I'm not like this small town. Everybody knows everybody. I'm not gonna mention any names. We're gonna keep all that out.
Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna talk shit after. Don't worry.
Okay,
guys.
before I do this, let me just ask you a question. Did you start drinking? And I know the answer to these guys, but for reference sake, did you start drinking before you were 21?
Yeah, junior year at age 16. I just have a younger birthday, but like junior year, 16. First time I ever got drunk. Drinking, I guess every kid's just drank since they're like 8. Try your mom's wine, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, seriously drinking around 16. Senior year, I started like heavy drinking. Not heavy drink, but I
You would get drunk.
I'll get drunk. Yeah.
Yes. What about you?
20 until I graduated. I didn't
Yep.
touch alcohol.
I respect that so much. I wish
And
that was
no,
my
I
case.
respect that too. I think I had my first I went to my first actual party when I was 15. It would have been my freshman year. And I will say this,
I remember that.
it was at the end of my it was at the end of my freshman year because I would have been 15. It was
Yeah.
right before summer, and I don't have a problem saying his name because he's a foreign Eric Tibet. One of my good buddies, he's a foreign exchange student from Brazil. It was his going away party before he went back to Brazil, and I was 15, didn't know if I'd ever see this kid again. So he invited me to a party in the next town over. Started drinking, got drunk, but I was young when I first. You get hooked on those sort of things. Like,
Yes.
You're like, oh my gosh, I made out with a girl that night, and I was like, this is what happened. You go to a
Yeah.
party, you drink, you're making out with a hot girl. Like
The basis
that's
of
crazy. Like I wanted to keep doing that.
the basis of life. I've been chasing my first high ever since. First time getting drunk was the best.
I agree.
I was dancing, and I don't dance.
Me
Like,
too.
I love it.
It was
But,
my first time was around a bonfire, and I was with people I had never met before. Eric invited me. I think I was the only. There was one more person. I don't want to mention her name from Gibson.
Yeah, no,
That was
you're
at the party, but like I was just Since then, I'm a really big social person. I don't think I say this. I've never met a stranger just because I'm very easy at talking to people and meeting people. Like
I'm gonna interrupt. It's actually because you look at Tristan, you think like country boy. He had a mole at one point.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you talk about me being like Mr. International. This kid knows everybody, and that's fucking scary. Because I thought I knew everybody. We'll be in the middle of Champagne in a packed Red Lion
Right,
bar
yeah.
or Cam's, wherever it is, and then he'll be like, "Artie, come over here." He's like, this is Joe Schmo from area code 814987. His name is this. He does this. He's this age. I'm like, how the fuck do you know him? I'm like, we met. He's that guy that says we met at a party.
That's crazy too. Like the connections I've made from going to parties at a young age and college age is like very crazy because you add them on Snapchat. Snapchat is actually really cool because you can like expand your like friendship. Like
That's the only platform I use
crazy.
for messaging. I don't text. I snap.
like I text now, but like back in the day, Snapchat was all I used. I'm surprised I don't have a Snapchat score over 1 million. Shout out to all the hoes.
Forgot about that.
How does Snap score go up?
You were gonna have to cut that. I just took that. I said shout out. I said at least I don't have a Snap score of over 1,000. Shout out to all the hoes.
No, that's fine.
I wasn't meaning that like as the hoes I talked to.
No,
I don't
shout out
talk
to the hoes. They gotta fucking dude. If she has,
I'm
all
meaning like
staying in
girls
here.
in general. I'm meaning girls in general.
Bro, I start talking to a girl, and because I fall in love so easy, and then I'll see like Snap score 10 billion more than
that's what I
more
mean,
than
like-
Bezos' net income.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they say if a girl's got over 1,000 or 1 million, you stay away.
ooh, yeah,
But like Snapchat's been out since 2013.
Yeah, it's.
you know what?
That's almost 10 years.
Do you know what it started off as?
I don't.
Actually, dead ass. I could be wrong, but it started off as a platform for people to cheat on their spouses. Did I tell
I
you?
mean, you know what the worst thing about Snapchat was that they changed that? They got rid of the best friends list.
Bro,
you know
that-
how many relationships that broke up?
that's
Sophomore
what I-
year,
Oh my-
kids would be like, because you know Snapchat, if you don't use it a lot and you snap one person,
Yes.
they're your best friend.
Yes.
And if they don't use it a lot, they're your best friend. Kids would come up to me and like I said, I was a fucking virgin with a V, capital V, and they're like, you're my girl's best friend. I'm like, part of me want to be like, yeah, I am, but I'm like, no, I didn't mean anything by it. That was like stupid on Snapchat.
She snapped me, bro.
She snapped me, bro.
Okay, anyway, back to your
You're
story.
in her texts. I'm in her DMs, bro. Go on.
Okay, so we little off track, but so the
Blackout, yeah.
the blackout. Is it the scary? Are we talking about the scariest blackout or?
Just
Your
Any-
favorite?
any-
What story do you like to?
Yeah.
Give us,
Okay,
give us
okay.
the worst
Comfortable.
and your favorite.
Uh,
Yeah, don't take this. This could get deep. This
Well,
could
I'll
get
tell you, it was pretty scary for me. It would have been at the end of my sophomore year. I was going to a graduation party, and I was pretty good friends with a bunch of the upperclassmen.
Yeah.
Played sports, so you get to connect with everybody during that. And I went to a party. It was out in the country. We start drinking, blah blah blah. It was a rainy night, and I didn't realize how much because I hadn't got drunk that many times my sophomore year. This is when I'm still very new. Like I would be drinking like Crown. You remember not Crown Apple, but the Pucker Apple.
Oh,
the
that was like
green Pucker Apple.
I don't think I've ever had that.
That was just like a shot, like
Oh,
that
okay.
anybody could
it's
do.
a liqueur. It's like 14% alcohol.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
It's like your run of the mill like teenage drink. I'm not condoning teenage drinking, but if you're a
It was
teenager,
like UV Blue. It was like one of those drinks
Oh, yeah, I
that was
gotcha.
always
Yeah, okay,
at
that's
the
a- that's-
party.
yeah.
So they would have like this warm. They had this warm caramel, and then you would put your finger in it, and then do the little sour pucker apple. So
That's
I was
kinda-
just doing shots of that all night.
that's kind of hot too. Actually, I kind of like that's
Like,
that's really
everybody was
hot.
doing that, and then I was probably like Twisted Teas or something that I like started drinking, and I just kept drinking. Didn't know my limits. Like there was loud music, vibing. It was raining outside too. I remember that because this is when I knew I was drunk and getting to that point. But this is the first time I ever blacked out. I think actually, now that I'm like thinking back on it.
Yeah.
I was outside playing basketball in the rain with I don't remember the guy, and I was getting a rebound, and I was trying to get it, and I fell over, hit my head on somebody's car really hard, and they're like, "Oh fuck!" Like this is like I was the youngest kid there. Because I was just 16. I was the youngest person there. They pulled me inside, and I'm like, "Fuck, man! Like, what am I doing? What am I doing?" They laid me down. I'm like wet because it's raining. I'm drenched, and I don't remember anything after that night. I woke up in the morning in the garage outside. Or no. Backtrack. I woke up that middle of the night, just wet, all my clothes over me, and there was a piece of wood behind me, and I was just like, "What the hell?" Because I was throwing up. So like when somebody blacks out, you want to set them on their side because if they throw up, like you don't want them choking on their own throw up.
vomit.
And nobody,
Yeah, that's the thing.
like that's
Yeah.
that's a scary thing.
Yeah.
And so like they stilted me on my side, so I wouldn't do that. Then I like pass back out. In the morning, I wake up in the house. There was like 4 to 7 people in the house, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, where am I? Because I'd never been in that person's house before, so I'm just like taking this all in.
But you're right. That's kind of scary because it's like
I'm hearing like girls laughing, and I'm like, oh, okay, these are people I was with last night. What's going on? I get up and I'm like, hey, where's the bathroom? Go to the bathroom, taking a piss. I literally look down. And I'm like, I'm in shorts and a hoodie. I wore jeans and a flannel last night.
it's funny how you use your clothes to kind of like
Well,
give you an idea of
like,
what happened.
I didn't I didn't like look at anything before I went to the bathroom. I'm like, these aren't my shorts. I realized I didn't have underwear on. So I was like, what the fuck happened last night? So I go back out there.
Like, you didn't have underwear on?
No, I literally was just in
But
regular
at the beginning of the night you
No,
did.
at the yeah.
I thought you went commando.
No.
commando.
I came in.
That's so cool.
I
going
just had
commando.
like jeans, underwear, and like a flannel on, his shirt, and then all I had on was fucking baggy shorts and a hoodie that weren't mine. So I go out there and I'm like, hey, where's my clothes? Like in the garage. I go out in the garage. There's all my soaking wet clothes.
Vomit or
My phone was dead. No, it wasn't even
just
vomit.
Oh, because it was raining. Okay, I get you.
But like, my phone was in my pocket. It was dead. I'm like, what the hell happened? I don't even know what time it is. And then I ended up leaving, going back home, and finding out somebody like changed me because I was soaking wet and I was shivering like in the garage because I was so cold, but I was passed out. Somebody changed me, put me in their hoodie and their shorts, and I was like, I don't know what happened to me while I was drunk.
And
Somebody changed me.
That
I
brings
still
up a
to
good
this
point.
day,
Real
I
MVP.
don't really know.
God
That's messed up situation.
God bless people that play the mom and dad role
No, yes.
in
Yes.
a party.
Yes.
Because they are the most gentle, kind, sweet people. Because everybody in this world is a garbage human being
Yep.
except those moms and dads. And because they always say, I'm the mom of the group. I hate that fucking cliche shit. But no, when people take care of me when I'm drunk, I just want to be like, I want to marry you. Like, I love you so much.
And I know we might have like a younger audience listening to this. Like,
Oh, God.
I'm just saying, like,
No, yeah.
don't let our stories define who we are. Everyone goes through this.
Yeah.
Your parents went through this. Everybody has a stage that, like,
Especially once I get to my blackout story, like, I'll
mine.
kind of get, and that's crazy that you did that so young, too.
yeah.
That's actually kind of scary. Because, like, when you're young, you think you're like fucking in charge.
You think you're invincible. You're like, oh, I can do this. I can keep up with the Joneses.
And then, but you know what? I realized like half of the shit that I've survived, pure luck. That scares me. And then I think, my parents always used to say like, don't do that because it could happen. I'd be like,
Yeah.
nah, I wouldn't. I'm like, wow, mom and dad. I'm like, I literally survived that by just luck.
You don't realize how fast a situation could go from good to bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just happens. It just generally, like, as drinking, and like, I know our podcast is drunk, but you have to be careful with what you're doing. And you grow into that. You're going to have your times where you're going to be irresponsible. And I think you should have nights like that. You're going to learn, but you got to know what you're doing and who you're with when you're doing stuff like that.
For sure.
One crazy thing I'll say, I was more mature at 19 than I am now. Yeah, I was like a straight shooter when I was 19.
Right.
I'm the opposite of it now. But like as a good segue, what's yours? Because I'm curious. About
Mine?
yours. Especially since you said you started drinking at 20.
About 20, yeah.
They say
2019.
the percentage of like, what they say, like 90% of teens have had their first drink by age
Right.
15. That means you're a part of like, and I don't know if it's 90%, don't quote me on that, but that means you're a part of like the somewhat percentage
The
that.
percent that was a little bit more matured, I guess.
Yeah,
in
and
a way.
I would give him
It's like
that too.
Zach, like, shout out Zach Johnson. Didn't drink till he was 21.
I respect that
I
too.
really respect the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what?
It's nice to wait that long. to
He
be
didn't
honest.
have to stress about getting caught drinking. He didn't have to stress about fucking buying booze, all that. He's just like, dude, I'll
I mean,
wait
I
till
did have a
21.
fake ID, though.
You know what?
At one
How much
point.
did you pay for yours? Because you guys are gonna think I'm an
It was
idiot.
free. And it was already whole stamp. So
Guess
it's
how
like
much I paid for mine?
200.
400
I was gonna
bucks.
say 500, yeah.
I'm a
I don't.
fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
that's.
And the
that's
guy
tough.
was like, dude, you can scan this at a government building.
So I'm like
I've never been in a government building in my life. I've never even
How
been
many
to the post
bars
office.
actually really scan?
a couple,
It
actually.
depends. Like if you're
But I'm
like,
saying, like, if you're like,
More strip clubs.
if you
scan
go,
it
no, I'm
than-
saying like around town here,
Oh, yeah. No.
nobody scans.
none
But
really
if you're
here.
going to like, say Champagne, you have 3 bars that maybe scan.
scan, yeah. So you said strip clubs can't. They do, which is weird. It's like
It's
you can't
awful.
drink, but
Cooper is a connoisseur of strip clubs.
I hate him, actually.
He's
you know what?
No, like, so it was all. This will be another story eventually, but strip clubs are the devil. And
are.
they waste of money.
I pretend to like them. Quote me on this. I've never had a good time at a strip club.
I was almost robbed of $2,800.
They're scary, dude. Because
It was the manager that was trying to get me to pay that much.
Dude, try doing that in Europe. I gotta tell the story. I'm in Europe.
Well,
and
we're on blackouts.
Okay, let's do that, and we'll do.
We're
that
on blackouts, and that'll
Let's
be
hear
a
your
different
blackout,
topic.
and then we'll do that. 'Cause strip
Another
clubs-
episode we'll talk
We'll
about
talk
this.
all
We'll talk about how
strip
strip clubs are
We're-
awful.
We're not connoisseurs. We're research professional scientists on strip clubs. We got it down to like a fucking measurement.
So
Let's
if
hear
you're
yours. Let's go.
down to listen to that podcast, be sure to hit that follow button.
Don't
and
worry.
subscribe and
Like,
like, the video.
share, and subscribe.
We'll do at least 8 episodes, and I'll pretend to be busy and never do this again. Okay?
So the blackout where I'm at. So I've at least blacked out 3 times before this incident. So every time I did, though, it was in someone's hotel room. And it's like I'm on level 8. And the floor that I'm on is 2 or 1. And I end up in my room, in my bed, changed, teeth brushed every time. I don't know how. I get into a switch. I've been told, like, I'll just get up and just start walking away and leave. Grab my shit and leave. So blessed on that. But this time,
As in, you would do that. You would do all this
it was
yourself.
like my body took control and like I sat up and I left. Like in the middle of a conversation, I just whoop, done.
Okay.
It was crazy.
That's interesting.
I respect that. Well, okay, and before we do anything, the scientific definition of a blackout, it's actually your body loses the ability to make memories.
Yeah.
That's scientific.
Yep.
Yes.
That's what it means. Like blacking out, the reason why you don't remember it is because your body becomes so inebriated that you can't make its own memories. But go on. So like that, it's actually
No,
a
it's
science.
fine,
Like
yeah.
blacking out
Right.
isn't just random. Like it actually happens.
So at this point, I'm in South America. I'm in Chile.
I love chili.
This is
I've never
awful.
been, but
So yeah, context before we get into that. Cooper and I used to travel for work. He had worked there longer than I did, so he got to go like out of the country to different places like that. And
All the places I went were never the funnest.
but traveling jobs really concur for drinking.
yes.
Oh yeah. What else are you gonna do?
Exactly.
So
you're in Chile.
We're in Chile.
Santiago, or where are you at?
Not in actually, I think it is. Yeah. South America, Chile. Santiago was a different place we went to.
Okay.
That was another story. But
Okay.
that's where anyway. So we're in Chile. We get back from a show because we had a monster truck show. Get back and it's kind of late. Well, the hotel was closing. I guess when we got back, it was like 6:45. Okay. And they close at 7. So we get down there and we're like, hey, I'll take a vodka Sprite because that's all they had. Their vodka, the cups were about this tall. So audio listeners, it's about, what would it be, like 6 inches?
10 inches.
Like an actual like Buffalo Wild Wings cup or Hooters cup type
8
of
inches,
size.
8 inches.
8 inches.
If that's 6 inches, then I've been wrong all my life. I'm actually damn.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yes.
Shit.
So
It curves upwards,
shit.
okay, guys?
So an actual tall boy
Yeah.
size cup. They filled it 3/4 full of vodka and hand you the can of Sprite. So we're like, all right, we have 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, me and my buddy finished 4. And they closed. So like, we're done. Or he didn't really like say we're done. He was
Ya te vas.
locked the door.
Adios. A la
Locked the
verga.
door. So at this point, we're like, it hasn't hit yet. So we're like, no. We each pulled out 10,000 pesos. Open it back up. He's like, all right. We spent,
How much is 10,000 pesos?
I don't know.
Well,
actually.
it depends, because in Mexico, I think the values right now, for every dollar, you get 20 pesos. But Chile, they use pesos too.
Okay.
Pesos comes from the Spanish word, like, for
Right.
currency in a way. But Chilean pesos,
Pesos.
P-E-S-O-S.
P-A-S.
P-E-S-O-S. Yeah.
S. Oh, I have no service, actually.
That's all right. It's fun.
It's fine.
Anyway.
Anyway, you got to understand a lot of countries other than the
Right.
United States. Like,
It's crazy.
You can retire in other countries and be rich. Like for where my family's from, North Macedonia, because you'll get your head ripped off if you say it like that. $1 gets you 55 dinars. The last time I checked, that was like in 2016. But that can literally buy you, like a pack of cigarettes over there is $2. Gallon of gas is actually like 6 over there in 2016. But that's Europe. They don't drive.
You
as
don't
much.
drive.
Yeah.
But no, like it's so cheap to live over there. But anyway, 10,000 pesos. You have it.
So
you open it back
at this
up, huh?
point, they open it up for the one drink. They lock it back up, and we do it again. We do it at least 4 more times. And at this point, he's arguing with us, not opening it back up. So we're in Chile.
Does he
An
speak
Irish
English?
man, no,
No, so
not really.
you're-
10,000
'cause
pesos,
You don't
money,
Know, you don't know Spanish.
no.
$500. Oh, so damn. Actually, Cooper's kind of a fucking high roller. Shit, I'm thinking my little.
We
Ace,
balled
bro.
out.
That's actually sick as hell. I don't even have a story to top that. I'm jealous now.
You're paying $500 a drink.
I guess.
But I guess
Or
to
maybe
open
it
up
was
the bar-
10.
Maybe it was
May-
1,000.
maybe
Maybe
it's
it was
probably
1,000.
1,000 pesos.
Thousand.
That makes more
1,000.
sense. But
Maybe
still.
it was 1,000.
Right. Still.
Yeah,
change, or maybe all in all. It was
Anyway, you're
That's
paying.
still respectable. Go
You're
on with
way
that, yeah.
overpricing
We're,
what you're
we're
drinking.
basically 1,000 a drink.
Right.
So the guy's like, no more. An Irish man comes up,
I don't know.
literally out of nowhere. We're in
Chile.
South America, Chile.
Chili.
Irish man, Australia guy. Hey, you want a drink? I can't do the accent, but they're like, oh, you want a drink? I'm like, well, yeah. He demands the dude open it back up, and he did, and he gave us the bottle and deal. So then I made friends with an Irish man and an Australian guy in South America.
Isn't it like
This is real shit. Like,
if an Irish guy walked up to me and was like, "Yeah, open up the bar," I would call the cops. I've never called the cops in my life.
So at this point, an hour has gone by, and we're at least 8 drinks down. As I said before, the drink pouring has never changed. 3/4 tall boy vodka
I actually kind of want to vomit.
and a can of Sprite. So at an hour, I'm fucked. I'm aware, but I'm fucked.
in a different country.
In a different country. Luckily, I did not walk out the door or get kicked out because I went to the bathroom. So the bathroom was about 100 feet away. I had to go down a hall, to the left, through the lobby, then into the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. I'm pretty sure I pissed all over myself. Come back outside. So say, like, this is the wall.
Right.
And then, like,
It's the air kicking.
Goodness, yeah.
so there's a wall, an open area, and the main door to the hotel. I'm all the way up against the wall because my body just fell to the right, landed on the couch, crawled over the couch, rolled it over onto the chair, then got to the end of the chair and did like I thought I was doing like a cool fucking somersault. I backflop right in front of the security.
When you're drunk, you think everything you do is so cool, but you look so fucking.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, even when you're looking in the mirror, you think you're so fluid, but you're moving so fucking slow
You look
compared
like
to what you're actually.
oh, dude, it's embarrassing. And then,
So I got pissed on my pants. I backflop in front of the hotel security. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? I was also wearing a cowboy hat.
these guys are like, I fucking hate Americans
Yes.
so much.
So
They're
I
like,
get back
"Fuck
to the
those
bar.
guys."
As I'm walking back, everyone's like, oh, no, it's time to go.
Yeah.
So
Adios.
after the backflop, I was done.
Oh yeah.
And then, so what I remember is I was being told, when I walked back there, it was shut down. Someone helped me to my room. And then after that, I woke up underneath the sink.
I've always heard toilet
Did you fly
bathtub.
out that day?
It was a fly day.
Yeah, it was a
I
fly
had
day.
20 minutes to pack my bag.
Never. That's like the rule one of
Hungover
travel, right?
as fuck.
Dude, hey,
Shit in the toilet somehow. Passed out under the sink. I wake up. I'm like, oh, that's a pipe. Where the fuck am I? Pants down because I was taking a shit.
Were you rimming with anybody at the time?
Big
And
hoss.
they didn't wake you. He didn't wake you up.
Nope.
That's actually kind of.
Well, that's very messed up. That's a bad situation because with that company, if you missed a flight, you pay for your own flight home.
And that was South America.
That's South America.
Being stuck
So
in South
you-
America.
yeah.
Me,
I've been
like,
stuck.
okay, for example, like, that's another 10,000 pesos. Well, I'm gonna bring up 2 topics really quick. One, me, I know Spanish pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I'm really good at is that like I know Spanish, but I can kind of speak it very well, as in the sense of like I even know the difference between a Chilean accent and a Mexican.
Well, do they
accent.
speak Spanish or Portuguese?
No,
then?
Spanish. Brazil's only Portuguese.
Brazil's only
speaking, man.
Portuguese?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I don't know Portuguese, but in Chile, even I would be worried as a Spanish speaker.
Right.
Not even because of that. And I'm not saying Chile's a bad country or anything like that.
No,
But just
no.
like even like where we're from, like Macedonia. Like I speak Albanian, but my Macedonian shit. It wouldn't get me anywhere in Macedonia. But another 2. Have you ever seen that? I think it was Steve Will Do It.
Yes.
He brought like a bunch of weed to Mexico, and like got caught.
Yeah.
He had like a ridiculous amount of weed that like not even Snoop Dogg could
Yeah.
smoke. And, like he like was like on his knees crying to the guy like, dude, I'll pay you $10,000. And the cop's like, okay, I'll meet you in your hotel room. Literally gave the guy 10,000. And like the Mexican guy was like, dude, all you have to do is
Oh
walk.
my god.
Jeez. Yeah, no, I when I got up, I showered. I cried. I finished my shit. It was very low, and the flight was awful.
Oh,
I
bad.
bought a poncho for $100 because I was still drunk. Threw up in the airport. Almost threw up on the plane. I
What
lost
happens
my
if
shoes.
you throw up on the plane? Do they like land and kick you off? But you can't.
No, they just
No,
deal with it.
so the way the airplanes work, so if you get a fine, it's about $25,000 to open up that door in an emergency. So if you're getting thrown off, they're holding you to that. For making an emergency open, you're paying $25,000. Luckily, I made it.
Yeah, that's tough.
So yeah,
That's
that
why,
was.
you know what, I'm the most well-behaved kid on a plane just because I don't.
I hate planes.
You know what? I love it because I like to think I always get a beer. I feel like I'm so classy. Even in economy, I'm like, yeah, this
Overseas
is
planes
my
are
plane.
free.
Huh?
Overseas plane trips are free.
Really?
Alcohol, yeah.
Oh yeah, they are, and that's actually a big thing. One of my first experiences drinking alcohol was actually when I was 14 on an Austrian Airlines. Maybe they just thought I was 30, but I looked like a fucking
But yeah,
preteen.
That whole blackout was what changed me on how I will never reach that level again. And luckily, I have not. I've come close, but I haven't. And those are always like that was my lowest point.
You guys at least have like kind of cool ones. Like Tristan's like, yeah, I was at a party. Cooper's like, I was in Chile. Mine's embarrassing. Let me tell you mine.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Already. I can have two, but I'll mix them into one and won't take
Okay.
that long. My first one, I was actually 19. And I was drinking at home because it was a snow day.
Right.
Snow days, in my definition, in my book of life, mean drinking
Right.
days by yourself in your underwear, whatever it is. So I'm drinking, and like I got pretty fucking tipsy, you know. But I ran out of booze, and there's nothing that sucks more than running out of booze when
Yes.
you want another drink. Because for me, all I need is that one more drink, and I'm good. So I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? First of all, I'm not gonna drink and drive. I don't condone that. I don't believe in it. I don't like it.
Yep.
And second of all, it's fucking snowing hard. So even if I sober up in the next 4 hours, I'm not gonna drive in the weather.
Yeah.
I go to my fridge. Guess what I take out of there?
Champagne.
No.
Tequila.
A bottle of NyQuil. I swear to God, I'm that fucking. And this is going back to where you mentioned the whole invincibility thing.
Yeah.
I take up because NyQuil does have some alcohol in it.
No, that's what
And you know
people like when they like are doing lean.
Lean, exactly. They do Robitussin because it has a
Yes.
DMX or
I think my mom caught some school kids actually doing that.
Yes,
in class.
like-
yeah, lean's a big thing. Lean's more, especially in
Kids
the
are
rap
stupid.
community. Kids are stupid.
Anyway,
So
sorry.
I take this bottle of NyQuil. I'm like, okay, it has some alcohol, so maybe it'll itch that burn
Yeah.
I want. But let's see what'll happen. I'm like, fuck it. I don't smoke weed. I've never done coke. I've never done any of that hard drug.
Right.
I'm a very simple guy. I love cigarettes. I love coffee. And
Yeah.
I love booze. That's my three. It's never gonna go to more. So I'm like, let's say I pretend
Right.
I started coughing to trick myself into thinking I was sick. So, and I don't think I've ever even told you because I'm so embarrassed
I've
about this
never heard
story.
this, no.
But I'm so shame-free now that I'm going to tell you. I take this, and I can't lie and say I did the whole bottle. But I swear to God, I drank 3/4 of a big boy bottle, a tall boy of NyQuil. Have you ever heard somebody say,
Just straight or
straight? I didn't give a shit.
Oh,
I didn't give a shit. I don't.
Grape?
Dude, I don't. No, the blue. The
They're
Gatorade
the
argument
blue.
again.
Yeah. I asked if it was grape flavored.
no, I know, but he said
No,
blue.
that's
and
Robitussin.
I didn't know they made it
NyQuil
blue.
is that blue. It's like a
Yeah, no,
menthol.
no, it
Technically,
is,
it's a menthol
Oh,
flavor.
it is? Okay. Grape, it's awful. Anyway.
So anyway, I drink it, and I kind of felt cool. I'm like, dude, this is what fucking like Drake does. This is what the rappers do.
The sixth god.
Drake
I'm like,
does.
I'm actually just missing the Sprite, the Jolly Rancher, and the Robitussin.
Yep.
This is the discount version of fucking lean. So I drink it all, and I'm feeling good because you start getting that sleepy, and then you start getting that relaxed. Out of nowhere, I look up like this, like I'm in the Mummy movie. I'm like, ugh. And I swear to God, my vision goes to grayscale.
So like,
I-
were you like?
Everything was
You
great.
think you're blind?
No, not blind, because that would have been that. I would have flipped shit.
You went back to where TV started.
Black
Oh,
and white.
okay,
You're
okay,
in
yeah,
black and
okay,
white.
okay. I see what you're
Everything,
saying.
I swear to God, was in gray.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm looking around, and this is what shocks me again today, how when we're young, we think we're invincible. I thought back, do you know what I said to myself?
We need more.
Yeah. I go back for the other quarter, done, gone. And I'm thinking, this is cool. If that happened to me now, I'd be airlifted to Carl.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah, but when I'm
Seriously.
young, I'm thinking, everything's great. I'm like, this is so fucking cool. I'm like, now I'd be like, I'd never get to see my children's eye color. Like, what? So I do this, and I'm like, this is fucking great. This is cool. And then I wake up the next morning, and thank God, because we're lucky, guess what happened? My vision's back. But anyway, okay, so I'm fine now. I don't see in grayscale. But, so, okay, going back to the night. I got so wild, and this is so embarrassing. Thank God my parents were on vacation. I was walking around my house naked. And do I remember doing that?
No.
No, but how do I remember that I did that?
Your parents.
No.
Oh, you say your parents weren't there?
My parents would have cut my head off.
Video?
There's a
Video
security
you
camera.
No, I was alone at home. I'm a loser, dude.
You were live streaming.
I woke up on my floor naked.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, oh my God, yeah. No, I will never, so I guess technically I didn't black out from booze, but from NyQuil, but the booze led to my NyQuil. I've never met anybody that's done that before. If you have, shout out to you, because we're on the same level.
No, that's actually wild. Like, because you said you had been drinking, and you said you might have been one drink away. You
One
were
drink away from-
crossing. You were like
Yeah,
faded.
technically
Like,
crossfaded, yeah.
Crossfade is awful.
I've actually, the only reason why I probably don't smoke weed is because I did it when I was crossfaded. I did it at a wedding,
Yeah.
too. That was insane.
Bruh.
I took, well, I'll tell you, 'cause so for example, like, you know how, like, people who drink alcohol know that 10 shots is a lot.
yeah.
Somebody who smokes weed, it's the same thing. The first time I ever did it, I thought it was like a vape that I have here.
Oh, I did that. Yes.
I took 9 hits off of a vape.
Bro.
First time I ever smoked weed was off a little dab pen, and this
So
was
I did. Oh,
I was
sorry.
You know what's so cool?
22?
It's legal in Illinois. So we
Yeah,
can talk-
yeah.
But anyway, go on.
I was 22, like down in St. Louis at one of my buddies' like college graduations, and I literally he was like, "Oh, it's on the low setting." This was on the highest setting. We're on this parking garage, just like all seniors like having a graduation party down there. I literally was frozen like a rock. I'm literally like, I can't fucking move. Like I was so like stoned. Like
Why are we
just-
going so fucking fast?
and like
Invincibility. We're young.
seriously,
right?
I was just
Nothing
like-
can happen to us.
I was like, I don't like smoking weed. Like, I just not
I-
my thing.
The only time I did it was to help.
I think
focus
there's a
on
lot
editing.
of benefits to it.
Yeah, there is, but it's also to a point where I did it to come up with ideas for videos / I would edit, so I'm focused. And then I get off focus. But whenever
Maybe
I
like, half a quart.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there you go.
I just want to try this. This is
So, okay, obviously,
good,
we
that's
gotta go
good,
back
that's
to the.
good.
Yeah, you sit back yours. This is just the basic bougie version of Lillet. It's just a fortified wine, grape, whatever. Yeah, you know what? You know how people say this? I can't stand the smell of weed.
Well, I have a friend who like works in like a hemp oil place, and he said he works with weed every day, and he doesn't smoke, never smoked, and he said he won't because he smells it every day, and it's really
awful, man.
bad.
And you know what? I get it. Like
Some
technically,
people love the smell. And
well, you know,
props
okay,
to you, but
cheese by definition of smells bad.
Moldy, yeah.
But when we smell cheese, we think that's kind of good. But not weed, because it just smells like skunk. And you know what? Maybe I'll piss off half the world by saying that I hate the smell of weed. You know, let's be honest. The smell of cigarettes, I love the smell of cigarettes.
See, I'm not into that either though.
No, I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
I've
there.
never smoked a
Really?
cigarette in my life.
And you
Same.
know what? Tristan will get drunk and he'll be like, "Give me a cigarette." I'll be like, "Never."
Yeah.
He's the only person I'll never give a cigarette to.
And I'm glad I have friends like that.
good,
You
yeah.
need to have people in your life like that.
Just because I think that's like smoking, vaping,
That's an
all
easy
that.
habit to pick up on.
Oh,
It
It's
is,
awful.
and it's for example, like you can't go to work and get drunk because eventually you'll
mean,
get
you
caught. Or
can.
whatever you can, but it's dangerous. You
Right.
can't go into work high. Cigarettes, you can smoke on your breaks at work.
It's awful.
It's a habit that you can pick up at any time, and you can just do it all day. And that's why 480,000 deaths a year from smoking.
Yep.
Shit, what was good? Oh, the crossfaded one. So we were at a show. It was in Miami. The show just got over, and someone's fixing their truck, and everyone's got their weed pins out, hitting them, and I'm just like, nah, I'm okay. Then they had a cooler of beer, so I'm about 10 Bud Lights in. Someone said, hey, I'll BRB. Hold my pin. Oh, hey. Fucking 1 hit,
Yeah.
2 hit, fucking 13 hits later, within 5 minutes.
And you don't notice.
No, I'm just like, just looking
Oh, this
around.
isn't
hitting
bad.
my
I'm not high yet.
Well, yeah, you don't feel it right away.
At that moment, I'm like, oh, we're going back to the hotel, so I'll just sleep it all off. No. Hey, guys, let's go to Texas Roadhouse. There's an hour wait.
Oh,
hour wait goes by
man.
super fast in my head because everyone goes in when they call the table, but I'm stuck. I'm sitting outside just staring at a manhole, just like staring at it. Then someone comes, gets me, brings me in. They know I'm fucked up. One of the drivers like, "Hey, FaceTime your dad."
Oh no.
So I'm like,
Cross.
"All right."
Oh God.
FaceTimed him, like, "Hey," and then I tossed it to the other guy. Thank God, tossed it to the guy. Come to find out, for about 3 hours, he FaceTimed my dad while I'm tripping out, cross blazed, like scared as shit. He's gonna tell my dad,
All of the above.
and I'm just sitting there like, "Don't tell him, don't tell him." It was awful. Actually,
That's
the worst
actually
feeling
really
ever.
wild.
You know, some people actually like live their lives crossfaded.
It's awful.
I don't know how
I don't
they
get
do
it.
I'm not a big guy of
Well,
like.
it's addiction. I mean, I don't understand how somebody can be an alcoholic all the time. Like, I get how they get to that point, and it's a necessity. But like,
Yeah.
how do you get that to that point? It's like there's functioning alcoholics. That's a crazy thing. There's people I worked with in the union that were functioning alcoholics or functioning people like with weed. They could not perform or do like their job unless they were at that point. So
That's
like,
scary.
have you ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah, I
Mr.
love Trailer
Leahy. It's like he always wanted to stay at like a .08 or .10.
Or yeah, he had the breathalyzer to check. Yeah.
Yes, and like that's how the guys were. They literally, you'd see them and they'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go take a break," and they'd go take a drink or something, like fucking fifth, or they'd go hit their pin. Like, okay, like they got to that point, but like they were shitty workers if they weren't at that point.
It's weird.
Well, you
how
know,
it works.
Because their body needs it, and it's just like they're dependent, and it's crazy.
It's crazy. People don't realize it, but you know, like addiction, like especially alcohol, it creeps up on you because you don't realize it. You know, okay, for example, like let's say me, 21, 22, and 20, I didn't drink much. 18 and 19, I did. Now I'm kind of like on hard, but let's just say like I'm 23 now, 23 and a half. That's only a year and a half of like heavy drinking.
Yeah.
These people have been doing it for like fucking
20 years.
20 years. And I'm just thinking, like, you know what? One thing, like I even mentioned before, I'm like, I hope I get a girl pregnant so I stop drinking, or like I have another pregnancy scare. I would like to think that when I'm older, I just won't do this shit. 'Cause
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to. They wake up, they're normal as hungover.
Yeah.
But they're so used to it that they're like, oh, I actually feel pretty good today, with a mild hangover.
I was seeing what time we're at before we.
Oh, we're just at
If we're over
hour 5.
Okay.
High five,
So
then we can start.
yeah, wrapping
things
it up.
up.
Yep.
Yeah,
actually went pretty
that
good.
That was all your blackout stories. I know
Yeah,
you said 2.
just I said two.
Well, he
but
said he was gonna mix it, but
Oh, I got you.
I guess that was two. Another one was looking in the sink, being hands in the sink, and
Oh.
looking in the mirror. I always instantly when I do that, I think of 8 Mile. We mentioned that before, right?
Yeah.
Austin knows
8
it.
Mile.
8 Mile, you vomit, and then you're
vomit
back
on
at
a
it.
sweater already.
We need to get Jackson on here because he was like that in Canada. He looked in the mirror and he was kind of blacked out at that point, and he got mad at the reflection and fucking headbutted the mirror.
No, I
and
literally-
shattered the mirror.
I literally talk.
hate
you,
that
you
guy.
literally talk shit to. I literally talk shit to myself like, you're
all
not
the time.
fucking drunk, but you are. And
Oh,
you're just
yeah.
like, okay.
You know, actually, I love mirrors. I have a mirror fetish too. Did I ever tell you guys that?
Mirror fetish.
Love mirrors. Maybe because I'm so vain, which is not. That's like they always say, "Oh, the 7 deadly sins." Vanity is like the biggest thing in the Bible. You shouldn't be too in love with yourself. I love myself. I'll look in the mirror, and you guys said you headbutt it. I make out with the mirror.
Oh,
I love that
Okay,
person
let's
in
be
there.
honest. Everybody kissed a mirror at one point in their life because they didn't know how to make out.
I didn't use it for making out. I was drunk and
What was it? Making out with your pillow? That's not. I've never done that.
But like when
I've
you were
humped
like
the
trying to
pillow.
learn how to kiss, you didn't kiss the mirror one time.
no.
Never.
Oh, I'm kind of. I did it one time. I did it one time. I did
Okay,
it one
Austin,
I literally-
Austin's on board.
I literally was like, okay, how do I do this? Do I like lean
Well,
in?
then how
like-
you practicing whenever your eyes are closed?
Oh,
because you could feel.
I
don't know. I don't know. I
didn't-
remember I had
didn't
like
look
a
at the
full length mirror, and you're like, okay.
I did a fuck it. We're going live.
There we go. Here, actually, and this goes to another good point before we end things off. I have a good point. The J. Cole song,
Wet Dreams?
He talks about how like I haven't been in pussy since the day I came out. One. Every guy lies unless you're in high school like Tristan when he's 15, where you can say he's a virgin. Every guy lies in their first time, saying that this isn't their first time. The first girl I slept with, I'm like, yeah, I'm 10 deep.
Yeah, I've done
But you know what shocked me? I'm not saying like I'm not a good liar. If anything, I'm the opposite. I'm a very shit liar because I always laugh or smile.
Right.
I told this girl, and even after, which also, shout out to everybody. Every girl lies. If you ask a girl, did you get off, and she says yes, I did, she's lying.
Lying.
She's lying. Sorry. Yeah, not good, right?
I don't know. I like the red better than the white.
The red was good. It had more flavor.
I will say, talking about that J. Cole song real quick, that song is one of the most truthful songs as ever came out.
They say J. Cole's the most lyrical rapper
Like,
out there.
that is actually, like...
He's actually more lyrical than Eminem. Quote me on that.
we'll go back and forth.
On that note, we're just going to end
Yeah,
that
we're
here
gonna end the podcast.
before we
dude,
get
dude,
to a debate.
cancel me on that. Even I don't care.
I do want to say, this is, like, for being our first podcast, I've really enjoyed, like...
Oh, for
being
sure.
Good.
drunk. Are you feeling it all? Like, I don't drink wine, so I have a little buzz.
Just because I was getting to that point to where I would have to sleep here.
You guys are gonna go home and go to bed. I'm gonna finish.
I'm
more
going
of these
home and
bottles.
chugging some water, then go to bed.
Yeah, some prime.
I'm thinking about getting some food.
Oh, I'm going to go to
I haven't
McDonald's.
ate dinner yet. I
Oh,
just had McDonald's, bro.
I'm going to have it again.
Shout out
Oh,
McDonald's.
Shout out
if-
to
if-
King
okay.
Nuggies.
I judge. Okay, because we said the Gatorade flavor. I also do judge on McDonald's really quick, and I just judge if you get like a fucking hamburger, don't talk to me ever again.
Why? You don't like hamburgers?
No, if you're at McDonald's and I
You
have
get
a
a plain
Snapchat of this.
hamburger.
No. I get like a Big Mac or a cheeseburger.
No. You
I
go
mainly
all
get
out.
Whoppers.
Here's my order, and it'll blow
But-
your
All right,
mind.
all right.
What's your order?
I get a Big Mac.
Oh, I just said that.
Extra pickles because they put 3 on there. I want
No, I
fucking
agree.
12.
The
Okay.
pickle slander at McDonald's. They need to add
It's
them.
embarrassing. They need to have more. So get a Big Mac, all right? You say, fuck the fries. Give me 6-piece McNugget, double the sweet and sour. I want each McNugget has an individual
So
sauce.
that's your order?
So if no, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm a big fucking boy. I'm not
Yeah,
done.
we're big boys here.
So each McNugget gets its own sauce. Okay, McDonald's?
Fuck.
Fucking fight me.
Yeah,
Smother that
I
shit in
agree. I
sauce.
agree.
All right?
That's why I love Gibson's, because they don't charge you for extra sauce.
Oh,
really?
No. Like Gibson, Gibson, they give you free sauce, but you go to Champagne, that's an extra quarter, 50 cents for an extra sauce, and you're like, what?
That sucks.
You're
And
gonna
then
give
you know
me
what?
2 sauces for 10 nuggets?
And notice how I literally just said, I'm like, actually skip the fries. I was lying. Get the fries too large. You get a fucking, and you know what? I don't give a shit. McDonald's, the drink tastes the best out of a medium-sized cup. That's a fact. The largest tastes gross. All right?
I don't
Too
know.
much ice.
That's
So,
too
no,
much ice.
seriously, I don't remember the last time I ever got a medium
Large, yeah.
because
Yeah,
it's
too
the
much
same
ice, so it
price.
gets me. I'm more of a guy like me. I like 1/4 ice. All right? And then on top of that, if I'm feeling a little bit hungry, 3 fucking McChickens, extra mayo, baby.
Oh, no. Okay, so
Done.
Off
Best
the-
fucking
off
McDick's
the top-
orders. Best McDick orders. Quote me. Let's
off
hear
the
it.
top, what's your order? Off the top, just
just said his
No,
order.
I know, but like say it all together.
Okay, how about this? Okay, let's say if I'm
So
trying
you're
to,
not. No, don't explain it. Just say.
I'm trying to be cool. Let's say I'm pulling up to the window. I'm hungover. I just want something to eat. 3 McChickens, medium fries, 4-piece McNugget. How fast I said that? It's
Okay, yeah.
embarrassing.
What's yours?
20-piece McNug with a side of fries and some sweet and sour sauce.
Just sweet and sour sauce.
Sweet and sour barbecue.
So I get a large fry, large Coke, 2 McChickens, 2 McDoubles, with hot mustard.
See, that's what I want.
I fuck with the hot mustard.
Did you know that they
Hot, hot mustard. Don't interrupt. The hot mustard is so underrated
I've
at
never had a
McDonald's.
hot mustard
Exactly. Yeah.
I've
like-
never had the hot mustard.
Mustard
there.
is
I didn't
the
know they
most
had that.
embarrassing
Yes,
condiment
nobody
ever.
knows they have it. That's why every time I go through, I'm like, hey, let me get some hot mustard. If I could put a whole thing of hot mustard on your McChicken, change your life. Spicy McChicken.
Oh, jeez. They do.
Yeah, mine's got the spicy isn't even spicy.
They
Hey,
do.
you got the
40-piece
fat boys
McNuggets.
talking here about our meals.
Dude,
This is
Fat boy life is the best life.
They do 40 nugget meals now.
They
Did
should
you know
do
that?
80 nugget meals.
Did you know that?
Actually, I did.
You can
You know
actually
why?
order 40 nuggets and 4 fries and 4 drinks.
You know, I didn't know
It's
that.
like
'cause
20.
All right, off topic here. This has been a lovely, I love this episode.
we're gonna make another
We're,
one
we're
right after
only
this.
getting started. This is like our first go off of what we want to go from here.
Yes.
It's only gonna get better and
Pilot
better.
episode.
We're literally gonna go home, change outfits, and do another one after.
Oh, jeez.
All right, then how do we end this? I guess we end it with just a fucking zuar. That's
All right,
cheers
y'all.
in Albanian.
We hope y'all enjoyed.
Zuar, na zdravje, salud.
We hope
We
y'all
hope to see you guys back here. Matthew, I will say you're a new Frosty boy.
I'm a frosty boy.
This is
You are a
Frosty
new
boy for
Frosty.
life.
Give my tips frosty, bro.
do it. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, hit that follow button or however that works. I really don't know. But if you're on YouTube, shout out if you made it this far. Like that video and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.
As always, stay frosty.
Stay frosty.
That was